Hello and welcome into Rebecca K Crochet. I'm Becky, your yarny host, and what we are going to be doing is the V-stitch. I taught a small tutorial on Sunday, and today we are going to make a square to go along with our other square that was the moss stitch to create a sampler blanket. So what we need to do is count your stitches across. I have 21, and that is a multiple of 3 because the V-stitch is a multiple of 3, so you need to have 3 plus 1. So what I will chain is 22 chains, and that way whenever we come back I can stitch those right in with this one when we go to put the blanket together. So I'll have the same stitches. My blanket is, these squares are right around between 5.5 and 6 inches wide. So let me get my yarn together and everything, and we will get started. Okay, so to do the V-stitch, what we're going to do is we are going to chain, I'm going to chain 21. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will be right back when I get the 21 chained. Okay, I have 22 chains here, the 21 plus the extra one. I am using the new Temu hook. We're going to try it out today and see how well I like it. On a small project, I think it'll be fine. So I will show you how to do the V-stitch. So there's 22 stitches, and I'm going to count back 4 stitches. This is your first stitch. This loop does not count. The one that's on your hook does not count. So this is your first one. This is your second one, 3 and 4. And we're going to work a double crochet into that 4th hook. That's yarn over, insert your loop, yarn over, pull through. You have 3 loops on your hook. You yarn over, you pull through 2, you pull through 2, you chain 1. Now we're going to go back down into that same stitch that we were just working in, and we're going to do another double crochet. So that's yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and you've done your very first V-stitch. You won't be able to tell that until we move on. So we're going to skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and we're going to go into the 3rd one, and we're going to do another double crochet. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1, yarn over, go back under and pull up another loop, 3 on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and there is your second V-stitch created. Now we're going to go do another one. So you skip 2, there's 1 and 2, and in this 3rd chain we're going to do it again. We're going to do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1, yarn over, go back through that same loop, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and there you have your 3rd V-stitch. So far, this is what you should be looking like. It should have this V right here, this V, and this V. They're in the same stitch. Now this first one counts as your first, this chain right here counts as a first double crochet, this one on the outside. So you have a V-stitch, a V-stitch, and a V-stitch, and you do your V-stitches all the way across. And if you don't know how to do it, repeat this until you get all the way across. Just repeat the video and watch how I do the V-stitches, and I will meet you when we get back here to the end. Okay, I'm back here to the end, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 V-stitches, and then I have 2 loops left on my hook, And in that very last loop, we're just going to do 1 double crochet. So right here, in this very last loop, we're going to do 1 double crochet. And that's it. That's how you finish off your row. And then, let me get some more yarn out. We're going to chain 2, 1, 2. This counts as our first double crochet. We're going to turn our work. Hold on, I got something going on here. I'm going to go all the way through my yarn. Try that again. 1, 2. We're going to turn our work, and we're going to work right down into the middle of this V-stitch right here. We're not working in the top of our stitches. We're going to go into that hole and work. And do another V-stitch. So you yarn over, you pull up a loop, you pull up a loop through 2, pull through 2. A chain is you yarn over and just pull through that loop. That's your chain. Yarn over, go through the hole, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. That's your V-stitch. And then we're going to do our next V-stitch in the top, in between those 2 stitches, right there in the middle of these 2 stitches. So we're going to do another V-stitch here. And I will tell you, with these crochet hooks, my tension is very loose. This is not how I like my V-stitches to look. I think I'm going to switch hooks at the end of this row and I'll show you. Then we're not going to chain or anything. We're going to go into the next one and we're going to do it again. Make another V-stitch. Like I said on the previous video, these hooks are going to take some time to get used to. We're going to go back into this middle of this V-stitch again and do another V-stitch, which is a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, go back into the next V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Gotta pull some yarn here. In that last V-stitch that's right here, we've got to work another V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And in this very last stitch, we go to the top of this loop right here and we work a double crochet, top of your stitch. And that's what it looks like. That's your next row. Now I'm going to get a different crochet hook and I'm going to show you how much tighter my stitches are with a different crochet hook. I'll be right back. Okay, we're going to do this over. You can watch me again. Let me get my camera adjusted. You can watch me again do the V-stitch, but I'm going to do it with my Susan Bates, and to show you, this is a 5.5 millimeter. The one that I was using from Temu is a 5.5 millimeter. This is what I created from Temu. And this is how loose it is. And this is, I'm trying to show you this because different crochet hooks, you stitch differently with different crochet hooks. Oh. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. trying to count the camera. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Then we're going to count back 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go into that fourth stitch, yarn over, pull up 3 loops, pull through 2, pull through 2, chain 1, and do a double crochet again. Pull through 2, pull through 2. Then we're going to skip 2 stitches, and in the third stitch we're going to do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then in this one we're going to go through and we're going to double crochet, chain 1, and I'm going slow for me, so I know this is probably fast for a lot of you, but we've already done it once. Skip 2, go into the third. But I just wanted to show this process over again so you can see the difference. See how much tighter my stitches are, how much more defined they are. And that's what you want. Skip 2, go into the third. Depending on what you're going for. Skip 2, go into the third. Depending on the look you're going for, you may want to have loose stitches. So you will know that certain crochet hooks will, give you different kinds of fabric, even though they're the same size. You may get looser stitches with one and wider stitches with another, just like I did. Whoops. I did too many, just like I just did. So then here at the end, we are going to do a double crochet. Chain 2, turn our work, go into this V-stitch, work it, see how much nicer those V-stitches are compared to up here. So now I'm going to, and part of that is I am not used to that heaviness on the back end of the Temu hooks. But we're going to go into this, work into this V-stitch right here, into the middle of it, right into the middle, and we're going to do a V-stitch. So that's a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. We're going to skip all the stitches and go into the middle of this V-stitch. And if you have to, pull them apart like this. That's perfectly normal and fine. Whenever you get used to doing these stitches, you'll be able to feel where you're supposed to be, and your finger will go there. Pull out some more yarn here. Your finger will go right there. So I feel down the stitch, and I'm like, oh, there's a hole there. So my middle finger holds it right there. I wrap the yarn around and I poke it onto my middle finger when I'm going in between the stitch. And then I pull up a loop and pull through 2, pull through 2, and my finger never moves in that spot. And I can go back into that spot and do it again. And the reason I do that is I crochet without looking a lot of times. And when you've been doing it for a long time, you can start doing the same thing. You crochet by feel. And know that I didn't feel the tension, and you'll be able to feel what you've done on your stitches and how many stitches you've pulled through when you get to doing it a lot. So you go back through, pull through 2, pull through 2, and then here's another V-stitch, and we're going to work into the middle of that one. See, I poked it right onto the tip of my middle finger. That's how I know where I'm going. Chain 1, do it again. And then over here, we have our last V-stitch right here. And if you noticed, I pulled this one out just a little bit to make sure I had one left there and I didn't make a mistake when I started. So that's our last V-stitch. Double crochet, chain one, double crochet. And if your yarn splits like mine's doing, you just have to make sure you get it through all of the loops. And then in our last stitch, we're going to find the chain two spot, which sometimes you have to turn your work over like this. And there's your first chain one, chain two, and you're going to work in the top of that chain two. You're going to yarn over, and there's a spot right there that you're going to go into, and see you got both of those stitches, or both of those loops on your hook. That's what you want right here. Whenever you're going on the end, you want that to be 2 loops, not just one. And then you work your double crochet. You chain 2, turn your work, and you work into the top of that next double crochet. Or not the double crochet, you work into the next V-stitch. And you go down and you just work into your V-stitch. The only chain one that you're doing is in between the 2 double crochets in the V-stitch. The rest of the time you are not. And go back into the next V-stitch. Chain 1. Do the next one, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. The next one is our last one, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And I'm always poking into where my finger is. And then my last stitch is a double crochet in the top of that stitch. If you have to count where the top is, just go count 2 up and do it into the last stitch. Okay, so here's my V-stitches with my favorite hook, which is my Susan Bates, and here's the V-stitches with the Timu hook, which is right here. See how these are more defined? If you need to find a hook, it doesn't matter what hook you're using as long as you're comfortable with it and it's giving you the fabric that you want. This one didn't give me the fabric that I want because I haven't played with it enough. I just need to do more practice swatches with it. But this one is my go-to. This is the one I use all the time. So I know my stitches are going to come out really defined, more even. And so that's why I do my tutorials with this one. So I'm going to finish this. You just chain 2, go back into the middle of each of these stitches, into each of these V-stitches right here. And at the end, you chain 2, turn your work, go back across, and you work it until you have your square. And I will meet you back at the end to show you what to do. Okay, here we are at the end. I have nice straight edges. It kind of looks different in the camera, but here's what I forgot to tell you. I was working with the 5.5 millimeter hook because that's what my yarn ball called for. The problem is I did this swatch in the moss stitch in a 6 millimeter hook, which is this one, and I had forgotten that. So whenever I did my square in the 5.5, my square was not even with this one. It wasn't even anywhere close. It was like that much too short. So I had all of this, but I had the right amount of stitches, but since this hook is so much smaller, it gave me about 1 inch less material, so I would have had to stretch it out really, really wide. So instead of doing that, what you do is you hook up a size, which is what I did, which is the 6mm instead of the 5.5, and it gave me really close to the same size of square. And that's what you're going for with this. You want to have roughly the same size square, not too much smaller. This one will stretch out a little bit and will be fine. But the other one was way too stretched, and it wouldn't stretch, you know, both ways. This is the same this way, but this stitch pulls it in a little bit. It brings it this way, so I can pull it out. See how it stretches out just a little bit? And whenever I go to connect these, that's what you want. You want them, you can either block this to be the same exact size because you've got the same exact stitches, or you can just pull it just a little bit, which is what I'll do because it's not that bad, that noticeable. And then you want to make sure that you go corner to corner, from one corner to the other corner, and that you're really close to even, and that means that you're square, that you have an actual square. So I do. So what we're going to do now is we are going to chain 2. This is how we finish off these squares. We are going to cut our working yarn. We're going to pull that loop through, and we're going to grab up here at this second loop right here, and we're going to pull tight and make that really, really tight down snug with this, and that creates a knot. We will work over that knot to sew in our ends and everything else when we finish stitching these together. So there is your V-stitch for the blanket, for our blanket. So now we have done the moss stitch and the V-stitch. Next Tuesday, we will have another different stitch to put with this sampler blanket. So come back on Tuesday of next week, and we will have another one for you. So like and subscribe if this is something that you want to follow along with. This is kind of like a crochet along. This is sort of a crochet along. And let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. Thanks. Have a great day.